चलिए सीधे कोलकाता का रुख करते हैं। सीसी सुनील अरोड़ा इस वक्त प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं। सीधी तस्वीरें प्रेस वार्ता की।
They all had a lot to contribute by way of giving us feedback and to reply to our queries. Today morning, we started our day by meeting the three disability icons of West Bengal, and it was a memorable meeting in the sense that one could sense the way they have tried to triumph over their circumstances and still maintain their peace, equanimity, harmony, and are in fact trying to help the Commission. After that, we had a meeting with Chief Secretary, Principal Secretary Home, DGP, and all their senior officers. And as has been the tradition of the Commission, now we are in front of you, the fourth estate of the country, who are as important an adjunct of the Commission and always helpful in the electoral process. All these three people whom we met in the morning, they are the icons for the Election Commission of West Bengal, stated icons, and they have been participating in a number of ways. So press is the last court of our kind of last stop before we leave for Delhi. The term of the State Assembly in West Bengal is due to expire on 30th May 2021. Election Commission of India is committed to conduct forthcoming elections, assembly elections in the state in free, fair, ethical and safe manner while endeavoring to ensure higher voter participation amidst peaceful, harmonious atmosphere. And in case the voter participation in West Bengal has been very high. In 2016, it was 82.80. In 2014, Parliament, it was 82.20. In 2019, it was 81.69. And the election was held in 2016 in 6 phases. Actually, one phase was split into 2 phases, A and B, so effectively 7 phases. And the Lok Sabha elections, as you are aware, were held in 7 phases. As per the special summary revision, in 2019, the additions were 3.04%, deletions were 0.52%. In 2020, additions were 3.45%, deletion was 0.42%. In 2021, additions have been 2.84% and deletions 0.84%. I would request our CEO to kindly make sure that all of you get this statement, which is a district-wise breakup in West Bengal of the current revision of electoral rolls. Sit down now. As I told you, we had almost 2-hour interaction with the political parties. I'll give you some of the highlights of that meeting. Most political parties cited showed concerns of law and order situation. They spoke of high voltage electioneering, which can become violent and threaten to vitiate the electoral process. We are just paraphrasing what they said. I am repeating, we are just paraphrasing what they said. They also talked about provocative slogans, a communally charged atmosphere, etc., etc. They also wanted optimal deployment of CAPFs to be ensured. They also desired that videography, webcasting be done at polling stations so that voters are assured of safe voting area. Representatives specifically mentioned that liquor or even food inducements, packet inducements be curtailed in poverty-ridden tribal areas. Some political parties cited the concern about anomalies in electoral roll, etc. They drew the attention of the Commission on the vital role of central observers. Here I would like to tell you that it has been a settled policy of the Commission not to send the observers who belong to the same state or who have worked here in the past in any capacity, even on deputation. So they are all, and this is all over India. In addition, in the last parliamentary election, we had to send special observers to West Bengal and Tripura due to some local issues. We had sent one special observer for law and order and one special observer, general special observer. Both of them, the two sent to Tripura and the two sent to West Bengal, they all extremely experienced, very dedicated, with formidable reputation for integrity. And they did a very good job. This time, as it is within the Commission, we had a discussion and we are going to do, our officer already doing more detailed profiling of observers to ensure that the observers are really, they can discharge their duties as expected from them. We are also very clear that on the day we announce the elections in West Bengal, or for that matter in Assam, or for that matter in Tamil Nadu, it all be announced together. We will send expenditure observers as law and order observers, special law and order observers, and special general observers as per the assessment made by Commission of various states. And we will also make sure this time, although these are standard instructions, but we'll make very sure that we share with you in the press as to when the district observers will be available to meet anybody with a grievance, including any feedback. If press wants to give one-to-one directly, which circuit house or which place they will be available. It will be a public place, and we will also publish their mobile numbers in the local press. That all shall be duly ensured. In fact, you see, our system is that first we have a senior officer of the rank of Joint Secretary and above in the Commission who looks after various states. West Bengal is looked after by Sudeep Jain. He is in charge of West Bengal and Kerala. He is also in charge of EVMs throughout the country. He has visited West Bengal twice in the last 1 month. And after our observers go, similarly, another person went to Assam. After our observers, our officers give us feedback, then the Commission comes. So he has visited twice. Commission heard him at length about various issues. And that is why now his visit has been succeeded. Our visit, his visit preceded our visit. Also, tomorrow, that is Saturday, we have now done 2 visits. We started with Assam, and today West Bengal visit will be finished. So tomorrow at 4:30, we have kept a meeting in the Election Commission of India to discuss more threadbare the gist of our observations and what further plan of action we would be thinking of. Of course, tomorrow's meeting is an internal meeting. There will be no press briefing after that. But obviously, when we announce the elections, it will be announced to you or your friends who are in Delhi in the press conference on that day. And you would naturally be knowing it through your own channels and through your own newspapers. It was all political parties, while talking to us at least, they reposed their faith in the role entrusted to the Commission and how the Commission has been performing it. They also voiced their concern for misuse of social media for spreading fake news, communally provocative speeches, misuse of government machinery, misuse of money power, and asked for Commission to take effective steps in this direction. On the social media, I want to report to you, my dear friends, that during the Lok Sabha elections, as most of you are already aware, our senior officers engaged into very detailed dialogue with the social media handles and their apex organizations in Delhi. After that, their apex organizations in Delhi, they submitted a voluntary code of ethics, probably unheard of in any democracy, because as you're all aware, the regulatory regime in our country in terms of social media is still an act in the making. Unlike UK, in which it has already reached a certain level, and Germany, where it is now a well-structured regulatory regime. And that commitment which they had given for the Lok Sabha stands true for the assembly elections as well. So we have emphasized in the meeting with the Chief